Recognizing the significance of his work, Wang Shubing became extremely excited in an instant. However, Chen Yuan had a relationship with Secretary the president of the charity fund. Is this high-ranking official's daughter absolutely cannot mess up the job. Old Wang ordered Kim Jenny hastily. Jenny quickly informed everyone to gather together, prepare to welcome the leaders. Kim Jenny asked in surprise, "Which leader?" "It's our CNY charity fund president, the daughter of Secretary After Wang Shubing finished explaining, Kim Jenny quickly gathered everyone to stand in order. The atmosphere suddenly became silent. The whole hall became solemn. At this moment, Wang Shubing shouted loudly, demanding everyone to be silent. Those who did not listen were immediately driven out of the hall. "The president is the daughter of a high-ranking official. Don't be disrespectful. Today I will teach you the first lesson of the workplace. Let's prepare to go out and welcome the new leader for inspection." In less than a minute, everyone became very excited. "Which leader is it?" "Our charity fund president." "Oh, the charity fund already has a president. Is it Lim Yong Wang, not the daughter of Secretary Oh my goodness, such an influential leader with strong political support, not a joking matter. Lim Yong Wang wants to use 10 billion to do charity, but the chairman of the charity is the daughter of Secretary In this way, the family and Lim Yong Wang have a close relationship. Lim Yong Wang secretly holds such a gruesome relationship. It is said that Fei Dun Corporation can develop quickly also thanks to political backing. The family has helped Lim Yong Wang in this matter. Lim Yong Wang lets the daughter of Secretary become the chairman of the charity fund as a reward. This is truly a deep cooperation. Isn't this like a connection of officials or something? Don't talk about it in a hateful way. Charity funds are for doing good things. Lim Yong Wang agrees to spend money for the family to earn reputation. From any perspective, it is reasonable. After many years of being a teacher, Wang Shubing still has a very good ability to control the situation. In the activity center with over 1,000 students lining up neatly, Wang Shubing and Kim Jenny are at the front of the line. The heat in the air is also gradually increasing. After 10 minutes, Chen Yuan and Seok-hwan also arrived at the center. What's happening inside that's so noisy? After opening the door, hundreds of people gathered in the auditorium immediately bowed, creating a solemn atmosphere. Right after, over 1,000 people shouted loudly, accompanied by a banner with the words, "Warmly welcome President to visit the charity fund." Chen Yuan widened his eyes in astonishment. Holy shit, the news was just announced less than 10 minutes ago, and they've already set up this grand gesture. "Mr. Wang, you're a bit too much, or is it because you've been working in the state agency for too long that you like to do these elaborate formalities?" As dedicated members of the CNY charity fund, Wang Shubing and Kim Jenny also cheerfully ran to welcome them. Chen Yuan also raised his thumb in approval. "Mr. Wang, you're spot on, not mistaking the person." Then Wang Shubing and Kim Jenny approached Seok-hwan, showing extreme respect. "President I am Wang Shubing, the executive director of the CNY charity fund, and this is Kim Jenny, the director of human resources of the CNY charity fund, along with Wang Ba Liu Qi, the director of the publicity department and the director of the finance department." This Mr. Wang really had a bit of a formal disease, though his introduction was concise and slightly formal. He skillfully changed titles that made Seok-hwan couldn't help but admire his abilities. Seok-hwan looked at Chen Yuan with a mixture of suspicion and surprise. "Chen Yuan, didn't you say the charity fund was just established recently? Why does it look so grand with the finance and human resources department set up logically? Even the propaganda department and other sectors have been established. Are you sure it's newly established?" Chen Yuan waved his hand decisively. "Yes, it's newly established." Upon hearing this, Seok-hwan showed a great admiration, with a momentarily enchanted and grateful look. "At first, I thought I would have to bear all the responsibilities by myself, considering how difficult beginnings usually are. I would have to quickly build up my own team, which would take time. But this man works more efficiently than I had imagined. Not only did he provide me with the funds, but he also prepared personnel for me. Now I have the money, the people, and even connections and background provided by my father. Oh my, I don't need to do anything. Just rely on him and wait for the right fruit." Thinking this way, Seok-hwan looked at Chen Yuan appreciatively. "Thank you, Chen Yuan. No thank you in general." Chen Yuan also did not pay much attention to Seok-hwan's mood and then looked at Wang Shubing and asked, "Mr. Wang, how many members do we currently have in our charity fund?" Wang Shubing pointed to the crowd and reported, "There are about 1072 people, 90% of whom are fourth-year students at Huda University." Hearing this, Seok-hwan calculated, so many people, the workplace is a difficult issue. Although he appeared so on the surface, deep down he secretly admired. I did not expect this man to be attentive to this aspect. Because the nature of work at a charity fund is different from a typical business, employees do not need extensive experience in their field. What is needed is honest, enthusiastic, and obedient workers. Why do I feel like everything is prepared and arranged by him in advance? It seems like his success is not without reason. At this moment, Suk-hwan felt restless like a deer. Chen Yuan poured honey in the ear. This is simple. First buy a house, 10 hospitals, 10 buildings, plus a bunch of offices totaling 11 buildings. Buy extra and prepare for any situation. For this bottomless pit, the feeling of burning money rushes back. There is a chance to make money again. Buy, renovate, and decorate the house and spend a large amount. Then recruit a bunch of medical staff. Money keeps flowing out like water. Ha ha. This time making big profit without loss. I am truly a genius. Suk-hwan seriously asked Chen Yuan, "Are you sure to buy a house? With the price of houses in Gyeongbokgung, $10 billion in the fund used to buy a house, maybe can only buy a house, the money is completely gone. And with the standard of hospital construction, $10 billion, I think even if poured into the river, it is not enough. And if you follow your requirements, it is estimated that at least $50 billion will be needed." Chen Yuan just nodded indifferently in response. Whoever said buying a house with donation money? I think you are the kind of person who talks the talk and walks the walk. I don't need to worry about money, whether it's 50 billion, 100 billion, or even hundreds of billions of dollars. I will support you wholeheartedly, and all of our future hospitals will be built to the standards of top-tier hospitals. By that time, the CNY Charity Fund will provide free treatment for everyone regardless of the severity of their illness. However, we may propose using medication or charging a symbolic fee. All prices will be transparent and there will be no indiscriminate fees, providing real benefits to patients. Chen Yuan spoke until his saliva splattered, inflating and painting dreamy scenarios. Suk-hwan was blown away by Chen Yuan's inflated visions. Gradually, she seemed to be dazed as if dreaming. So Chen Yuan's plan is so grand. If he can really do what he says, this is truly a blessing for society. But no matter how wealthy he is, this bottomless pit can never be filled. So this charity fund may have some commercial considerations, but there is nothing to blame. No matter how difficult the project is, as long as there is a dream, a direction, I believe in him and will definitely succeed. Suk-hwan looked at Chen Yuan with a respectful gaze and nodded vigorously. Chen Yuan, I didn't expect your long-term plan and goal. It seems like I really underestimated you. I used to think you were showing off your money just because you were being criticized by many people online. You have hundreds of billions but refuse to donate a penny. Only giving gifts to female streamers is truly unjustly enriching. I also thought you just wanted to shut those people up, so you angrily donated 10 billion. It turns out that you don't care at all about the comments of netizens about you. Every step you take is part of a long-term plan. You are an extremely determined person. Although you are still young, your thinking and actions are very clever. I believe in your ability regardless of whether the project succeeds or not. Looking into Suk-hwan's eyes full of admiration and his increasingly beautiful face, Chen Yuan felt a bit shy as she touched her own nose. Haha, she wasn't wrong at all. Indeed, there were a few days when those worms kept cursing at me for not contributing money, acting all moralistic and restraining me. I just couldn't take it anymore and decided to donate money, but she imagined it all wrong. I give up. With that in mind, Chen Yuan suddenly raised her hand to lightly pat Suk-hwan's shoulder. All right, don't overthink it anymore. You're my confidant. You understand me. As their eyes met, Suk-hwan felt a tremor in her heart that she saw this man in a new light. Every time I'm with him, I feel different. The first time I saw Chen Yuan when he auctioned off a crystal piano from $30 million to $500 million, I thought he was a bit arrogant. But I also have to admit that he is extraordinarily talented in music. The second time we met, I witnessed Chen Yuan single-handedly defeating and disabling many criminals. His violent and bloodthirsty image left me in shock. The third time we met, I saw Chen Yuan showcasing his superb skill at Chinese chess, defeating the chess prodigy from Futang. This time we met, Chen Yuan not only talented more than others, but also a very virtuous and soft-hearted person. He has social responsibility awareness and does not care about fame, just wants to work sincerely. In front of the media, he only said that he donated $10 billion, but secretly planned to donate $50 billion, even $100 billion to create merit for society. He is very modest, despite people saying bad things about him without explaining. This does not show good qualities, shining like a bright moon, truly my amazing man. At this moment, Suk-hwan looks at Chen Yuan with increasingly respect mixed with admiration. Suk-hwan's favorite level +1, credit favorite level 93 points. From the moment Suk-hwan's eyes met Chen Yuan's, Kim Jenny's eyes also changed in a similar way. Kim Jenny favorite level 1, credit favorite level 99 points. Kim Jenny is only 1 point away from reaching the maximum score of 100. Chen Yuan was slightly surprised that the spontaneous drawing of a cake increased the favorite level of Seok-hwan and Kim Jenny. At the same time, inside the hall, Kim Jenny watched Chen Yuan's leaving figure with admiration. Just by smelling his scent, my heart beats faster. Chen Yuan is truly handsome. How can he be so handsome? I only used to watch him in videos on the internet, and even though I have witnessed countless talents of his, I have never met him in a leadership role. Today, I truly feel his charisma. With just a few brief words, he captured everyone's attention, instilled hope for the future, and inspired them to join the charity fund. He is like a stimulant that fills everyone with enthusiasm. This is the charm of personality. Not only the teachers in the school are attentive, but the daughter of Secretary is also conquered by him and ready to dedicate herself. This is the art of a leader, noble and exquisite. He is my ideal role model, a true man. Thinking about this, Kim Jenny felt regretful and extremely insecure. I am no longer innocent because of past mistakes. My private life is not very good and has a bad reputation in school. I have no stunning beauty, no pure body, so what can I compete with? Even Kim Jisoo I can't compare to, let alone the daughter of Secretary cannot be compared. Perhaps I really don't deserve him. I'm afraid he won't even want me as a secret lover. I'd only try hard to be closer to him a little bit more. It was almost 8 p.m. Just leaving Houdae University, Seok-hwan immediately remembered the incident where Chen Yuan used a helicopter to test his feelings and said firmly, "Ah, yes, Chen Yuan, there is one more thing that has not been resolved. The airplane that I gave you cannot be accepted. The money given to the system's target cannot be refunded, so Chen Yuan had to advise from a work perspective. Do not rush to refuse. This airplane is originally owned by the chairman of the charity fund. Currently, you are representing Lim Yum-wong to speak. How can you not have an airplane to maintain your reputation? Moreover, your future work will be very busy, need to fly all over the country. Having a private airplane will be much more convenient. You should also know that building a hospital is just the beginning for the charity fund in the future, who will also be involved in the field of education. The former principal has donated over 100 schools, so we will contribute at least 1,000 schools, not just elementary schools, but also specialized schools to train talents." Speaking of this, Chen Yuan felt extremely pleased. Ha ha ha, I am truly a genius to be able to identify a project that costs a lot so quickly. The feeling that Seok-hwan's move is really correct, even though 90 trillion is just now spending a few hundred billion and I don't know when it will be spent. But when it was Seok-hwan's turn, he became worried. Does Chen Yuan really have so much money to donate? Does he know what he's saying? A few hundred billion is a huge number. If he really wants to donate so much money, will he go bankrupt? Anyway, Chen Yuan has a good heart to help others like this, but I can't help him much. It seems that I can only ask my father to give Chen Yuan some more preferential support policies, otherwise he may really have difficulties. Chen Yuan took Seok-hwan home at 8 p.m. "Thank you for taking me home. All right, rest early. We will discuss work tomorrow." Their own family home is a modest house in the neighborhood with 6 slightly old floors, about 150 square meters in size. The house is not wealthy. As the door opened, the warm voice of Seok-hwan's father sounded. "Seok-hwan, you're back." Seok-hwan quickly changed shoes and replied, "Yes, I'm back, Dad." Entering the house, Seok-hwan saw 2 men over 50 playing Chinese chess on the table. One was her father. The other was Jang De-wai, a longtime close friend of the family. Seok-hwan approached respectfully and greeted. "Hello, Jang." Jang De-wai smiled kindly and replied, "Hello, Seok-hwan. Your dad and I are having a match of Chinese chess here." "Oh, Seok-hwan, your dad just mentioned to me that his secretary's position is vacant and he thinks you'd be a great fit. The position may not be high, but you'll have contact with many important figures and your career path will be more open than ever." Despite the offer, Seok-hwan decided to decline. "Thank you, Jang, but I don't want it. I find working in the government too boring. I want to establish my own career." After much effort and seeking help only to be flatly rejected by Seok-hwan, Dong-wi frowned, his tone slightly stern. "This girl, why don't you appreciate such a good opportunity? Do you know how many people would compete fiercely to get this position but couldn't?" Ignoring him, Seok-hwan leaned in to inform his father. "I was about to talk to you about this, Dad. I found a new job." Hearing this, Dong-wi, still fixated on the chessboard, pondered and asked, "What kind of job is it?" Seok-hwan enthusiastically bragged. "I am currently the chairman of the C&Y Charity Foundation. So what do you think, Dad? Impressive, right? I didn't need to rely on your connections to build my own career." Recognizing the boastful tone in Seok-hwan's words, Dong-wi, dealing with this still immature child, captured one of Mr. Zhang's chess pieces before glancing at her with a frown and asking, "See, An Lai Charity Foundation, never heard of it. It sounds like a non-profit organization." So Quan eagerly explained, "It's normal for you not to have heard of it, Dad, because the foundation was just established, but it was mentioned in the news. Lim Yong-won recently invested, deciding to allocate $10 billion to establish the charity foundation, offering free medical treatment for seriously ill patients in Gyeongbokgung." As a well-known figure of the city, Dong-wei immediately understood and couldn't help but speak up. This kid's actions have some significance. While there are many wealthy people or donors, it is extremely rare to donate $10 billion instantly. The father has been paying attention to Lim Yong-won for a while, but couldn't investigate him thoroughly. His background is very strange, with no information about his hometown, but all information about his financial sources is legitimate. There is basically no suspicion of money laundering. It's strange how such a huge amount of assets went unnoticed before. Upon hearing this, Zhang Dewai's expression changed. He's not joking. Even he couldn't uncover his background. Later, Zhang Dewai suggested his background and circumstances are as mysterious as fog, making people curious. Moreover, despite his young age, he has many talents. However, he is also very skilled in playing Go. Why not invite some friends over one day to discuss a few games, with him bringing your daughter along? Nowadays, young people are full of bad intentions, and Seok-hwan is as beautiful as a flower. It's hard to avoid that kid may have some bad intentions. After speaking, Zhang Dewai quickly placed a chess piece on the board. Dong-wei stood up angrily, gritting his teeth, and said, "Lao Zhang, you played dirty. You lead me astray, set traps for me. I'm not playing anymore." Lao Zhang put down the chess pieces, stood up, and sighed. "All right, if you don't want to play anymore, then we won't play anymore. It's been like this for years. I've never been able to beat you. I doubt I can beat you in this lifetime. Chu Zhang, I bid you farewell." As soon as Zhang Dewai left, Dong-wei eagerly asked, "Seok-hwan, come here, tell me more about this charity fund. What is Lim Yong-won planning to do?" Seok-hwan talked for over an hour, introducing the charity fund and Shen Yuan's plan. She explained in detail, describing Shen Yuan's dreams and ideals for this ambitious and grand charity plan. Dong-wei nodded in agreement. "All right, if what you say is true, I can help and support it without any problem. It's a good cause." Seok-hwan seriously asked again, Father must keep his word. Chen Yuan has directly handed me $10 billion. I cannot betray his trust. This must be verified quickly because many patients are waiting for money to treat. This amount of money could even change the fate of some families, rescue them from the depths of despair. Dong-wei was extremely shocked to hear that. What? He just announced a donation yesterday. How come he is giving you money today? And it's even $10 billion. This efficiency is truly too high. Seok-hwan responded in panic. Yes, that's right. Upon hearing his confirmation, Dong-wei became extremely excited. But he still trusts you to hand over this huge amount of money, even though you and him are not very close. Isn't he afraid that this $10 billion will be lost? No, this society is too complex. Doing good deeds may not be recognized, but a little carelessness could ruin everything. Seok-hwan handed the black card to Dong-wei in a flustered tone. "I don't know why either. Maybe he trusts in your ability and also has a lot of trust in you. I've checked this account, exactly $10 billion, no more, no less." At this point, she quickly took out her mobile phone to check the balance on the card, but at that moment, the account had somehow received an additional $50 billion from Shen Yuan, which shocked and stunned Seok-hwan. "What? This is $60 billion.